Joe Cook here in the sports seat for you this evening. It's now time for some KTVF sports. We start tonight with the 22nd annual Golden Heart Utilities Water Walk and Run. The outcomes of this race was a bit unprecedented, but understandable for the men. AJ Chirac ran away with the overall title, was the top male finisher with a 17-minute, 10-second run, almost a minute ahead of the field. On the women's side of the race, finishers came down to sibling rivalry. The fastest woman was a young lady. 13-year-old Jenna DeFalco finished the 5K in just under 21 minutes and was 10th overall. Her focus was to beat the person she's grown up with these past 13 years.
Well, my main goal was to beat my brother, actually, and I did that because
You beat just about everybody else, too. Beat the brother, huh?
Yeah, that was my goal.
I just went out about as hard as I did on the Chena River run and just kind of kept at it, glanced back a couple times, but didn't look like anybody was going to catch me, so I just kind of held like about I think a 5:40 or so roughly, maybe 5:35, but I don't know, could have been better.
Opportunity to break a sweat, no, man, as opposed to last week, huh?
Yeah, I almost went shirtless, actually. I was kind of tempted, but figured it would be, with all the kids around, I'd keep it on.
And last night in the interior, the first softball action of the season started at Ryan Middle School. The Lathrop Malamutes were in a non-conference doubleheader with the Allison Ravens. In the second game, the Ravens had some control issues, walking a number of Lathrop batters, still getting the rust off, I guess, but Lathrop was sharp. The Malamutes exploded with a 7-run third inning. Selena Maxwell hit a double that brought in 2 runners for Lathrop. Then a few batters later, Tina Persinger hit a 2-run RBI single. Casey Duffield closed it out with her pitching like her sister Kimmy did in the first game. The Duffield sisters had 10 strikeouts in the doubleheader. Lathrop wins both games 10-0 and are 7-0 this season. Now for some high school soccer. The first 2 games of this short season have been big wins for the North Pole Patriots. We go out to Newby, where last night the Patriots girls soccer team was up against the Lathrop Malamutes. The Patriots already beat Allison 6-0 in their opener and continued their dominance with a goal in the first half by Tiffany Summers. The defense was stout, and goalie Alicia Lindsay did her part, denying scoring by Lathrop. Myra Kraft also had 2 saves for the Patriots to share the shutout. The Patriots went up 2-0 in the first half with a goal by Lindsay Dammel. And then the game even had an appearance by a sweet little puppy that got on the field, but the Patriots were all business. Summers gets her second goal of the game in the second half, and North Pole wins 3-0 over Lathrop. Summer describes the performance of her team.
Aggressive. We had to play a lot harder than yesterday, but I'm happy we could do it. I think we're pretty confident. We have a tournament coming up next weekend, I'm pretty sure. So hopefully we can beat them again.
It's always hard practicing in the gym for a couple months and then getting outside and trying to put a team together that maybe hasn't always played together. They're doing really good, starting to work together, actually starting to get some attack. So yeah, I'm really proud.
And the Patriots boys team has been just as lethal, coming off their 8-0 win over Allison. They faced Lathrop as well. Rafael Martinez, hey, they call him Pablo. He turned out to be the focus in the first half for the Patriots with this goal set up by Josh Million. The second goal of the game was unfortunate for Lathrop. Million tries to pass it to a teammate for a score. The ball goes off the foot of Lathrop's Evan Strong, who was trying to clear the ball. Instead, it gets past his own goalie for a score. Martinez would strike again with a beautiful setup by the $1 Million Man, and Martinez would put it in 3-0 North Pole. Martinez had 2 goals, Million added 2 assists, and Brady Crane had 3 saves for the shutout as the Patriots win 4-0 over Lathrop. And the Ice Dogs season is over, but our Fairbanks junior hockey team received some accolades from the NAHL for their 2012-2013 season. The Ice Dogs finished the year 44-22-4 this year, due in part to the play of Garrett Clement, who made the All-West Division team. Doug Rose was also named to the All-West Division team as a defenseman. And for the 3rd year in a row, the general manager of the Ice Dogs, Rob Profit, was named the NAHL GM of the Year. The Ice Dogs had 9 players commit to Division I programs. Of the 28 home games, 24 were sellouts, which led the NAHL. An average Ice Dogs home game had over 2,200 fans, about 98% capacity. No doubt that we will hear those attendance numbers again next season. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Thanks for rocking with me for a little while. For more KTF sports, go to Twitter, YouTube, web711.com, and get our mobile app. Stay cool, Alaska. Mike Schultz has your full weather forecast coming up next, and we'll catch you next time.